Hey everyone, Catch 'em All Collectibles here. In today's video, I'm going to discuss how vintage Pokemon is too expensive. I will give a few examples of vintage Pokemon cards that are very expensive, and then give some more affordable, often better art alternative ultra modern cards. And yeah, it's going to be a little bit shorter video than normal today, but let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know what you'd be buying, vintage or modern. First, we'll start out with our boy Umbreon, Moonbreon. This is the original from Neo Discovery. Very expensive card, PSA 10, 6,000, 6,100, and a best offer accepted somewhere north of 6,100 for the three most recent sales. You can see right here, I looked up the cert number of one of those three. Population of 95. Quite a few cards there. Let's see how that compares to our ultra modern counterparts. I did pull up the PSA 9 just for comparison as well. Couple best offer accepted, we're not really sure exactly where, right around 1,500 I would guess, given that they were higher. This is all sorted by high to low, so 1,500 on down, 1,100, $1,000, somewhere in that $1,000 to 1,500 range, with a population of 459. So there's your baseline for the expensive vintage. Now, the ultra modern counterpart. I mean, would you rather have the original, the first Neo Discovery Umbreon alt art that only uses half the card? Or would you rather have a full art, alternate art, Umbreon in PSA 10? I mean, you were talking PSA 9 for 1,000 to 1,500. Here you get the PSA 10. PSA scale only goes to 10. 10 is 10 out of 10. That is as high as it gets. That is a perfect card in the eyes of PSA. There is no higher grade, and you're getting it for less than the PSA 9. So quite a bit of value there, if I would say. BGS 10 Black Label. We're talking the cream of the crop. We're talking as high as it gets. Some recent sales here, 5,900. Shout out Z&G Emporium. 7,500, 5,350. A little bit of Probstein in there, 5,600. I think some of these, I think that's TCA Gaming there. Some of these probably got relisted. Some of these, you always need to check sold listings and make sure they were actually sold. But in any case, there's a handful there. So some of these likely went through. BGS 10. So this is not the Black Label. This is one step below, but you're still getting in that sub $1,000 to $1,500 range for what you were paying on the PSA 9 first edition. And if you want to look, compare, well, which one's rarer, which one's harder to get? BGS 10 Black Label. When did Evolutions come out? So in 2 years, they've only graded 93. 93 is a lower number than 95. In the 22 years that this has been out, they've graded 95, a whopping 95 cards. They've only graded 93 though. So BGS 10, I mean, you're talking a rarer card, less of them in the world. So talk about value. You're able to get that for $5,600, $6,000 in that range, slightly underneath, coming in short for twice the art and less pop. Where's the value? Let me know in the comments below what you think. These numbers may speak for themselves. I'm trying to be impartial here. Just show you the data, show you the facts. Numbers don't lie. Here's another card. Here's just another card I happen to pick out. Vintage early Mew promo. I want to say that this card is pre-1999. Let's see what the year is on one of these slabs. I want to say it's earlier than the base set came out in English. No, this is 2001, so it's a little bit less vintage than the English base set. So we got a 2001 Corocoro Mew. We're looking at an example here, $205 near mint. That's quite a bit of money to shell out for a card. Let's look at a newer alternative. Did we lose it? The 204.50, very expensive card. Let's check out a new art Mew. I mean, again, we're using only half the card here. Shining Mew. Not really feeling it fully over here, but let's see what we got on the modern side. More affordable, more accessible. We were at 204.50. Let's see if we can beat it. I want to say there's something here we can beat it with some auctions going. And there we are right there, coming in at 201.89, right underneath the other Mew. We've got a full art rare from the most recent set. Affordability and ultra modern. Here is an example from my own store, my own eBay store. Affiliate link below if you want to check it out. Check out that 99.8% positive feedback. So let me scroll down in the mid-range, somewhere around $400 or so. So for $400, you could look at Neo Destiny First Edition. You could look at some low pop. We've got some Sky Ridge. We've got some Aquapolis. We've got some very, very old cards here. Reverse Holo. We've got PSA 9 mid-era, EX's ultra rares, PSA 9 full art, Japanese black and white era cards, but all kind of expensive, all in the low 400s up to 500. We got a PSA 10 Japanese base, the original printing of base set, Alakazam, fairly popular species, but if you want to find affordability in the $400 range, I would point you right towards something like this. BGS 10 Black Label. Pikachu Scarlet and Violet 001 SVP Japanese. If you pull this one up, asking $400 for it on behalf of a consigner. Population of 371. The booster pack it comes from. I mean, you're paying $400 for the hit, the holo. Holo comes in 1 out of every 2 packs. So let's see how replaceable, let's see how repeatable this would be. If you're trying to find value, if you're trying to find ultimate value. Well, it's a $400 booster pack, $387 booster pack, $600 for some of these that might not have the holo even in it. So yeah, let me continue on. Looking back, we did see, where'd it go? Somewhere in here we saw a PSA 10 First Edition Neo Revelation card. Right there, First Edition Neo Revelation, $390. Feels pretty expensive. Let's check out what the packs are. I feel like I could just replicate these cards easily. Why buy the graded card when you can just grade it yourself, right? $700 booster pack. I mean, 1 out of 3 chances a holo. So we got a 33% chance we could pull a holo as long as nobody's weighing it. I mean, sub 21 grams, $1,000, $50,000 booster box. I'm sure we could get it for 20 or 30,000, getting it under $1,000 a pack. So yeah, anyways, let's continue on. Let's look at our Black Label. I mean, these cards are selling $390, $480, $400, $380. Surely these are very hard to reproduce cards. Surely these are super low pop. I mean, Black Label 001 SVP. Look at the beautiful art on this card. Look at the art. I'm sure that artists eventually will hit a ceiling. I'm sure that they can't continue to innovate and continue to create great art, right? I feel like art is an underrated aspect of Pokemon cards, and people should really value more the art over things like the history, things like the conditional rarity, things like the reproducibility and replaceability of the cards. So let's check. We had the pop of our Zapdos, pop of our PSA 10 Zapdos coming in at 371. 693 Black Labels. Must be a super expensive promo to buy anyways, right? We can buy 10 of them for less than the Black Label costs. Well, I'm surely the Black Label's hard to get, right? I mean, there's 671, 693, but there was probably a ton graded. 3,500 total graded, 700 over 3,500. That's 20%. We're going to call that a video for today, folks. Ultra modern, very, very affordable, very, very cheap, very, very reasonable pricing on a lot of the slabs out here. Vintage, super expensive. I mean, the numbers don't lie, folks. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I need to go buy some stuff on eBay, and I need to make sure I have card savers to do a Beckett submission. I will catch you all later.